Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Torment, Tides of Numenera. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we rabble the crowd. We're gonna try and save this poor guy up here. Look at him. Just look at him. He's being... Whoa, what's that noise? Is that his noise? Because they didn't notice that happening before. Where's that? Oh, this guy's getting mad. This guy, everything is happening right now. Why are you mad? Oh, that's not good. Why is he mad? Let's go up there. Let's figure it out. I really want to do that, but let's see. Can I do? What is going on? You inch closer to the lattice of energy that holds the creature, and as you lean in, the ugly Glyve with the sledgehammer slung over his shoulder shouts at you. Oi! No gawking for free! Pay El Gento or get gone! He glowers at you. Or glowers at you, and reaching for the haft of his hammer until you step away from the cage. Oh, I'll be damned if I let someone steal from us. Okay, then you handle that thing then. I suppose that thing is probably locked. Anyway, we are gonna try to rabble the crowd here with our little charming rogue of a guy. I'm not so sure about the charming part. We actually need to level up. It's funny because we have been playing for a few hours now, I think. So this being the 7th episode, I'd say on a normal playthrough this would be like 3 hours in. And we're still level 1. Still a level 1 intelligent nano with 52 experience. And I like that. I find that that's... ooh, this guy's still no experience at all. Yeah, we got TBR last episode, that's right. I like that. I find that it's better when the level ups matter, and for the level ups to matter, you probably need a few of them, right? I mean, I like leveling up as much as the next guy, right? But yeah, I don't know. It kind of sets me in the mood of the original Dungeons and Dragons rule set that had like I think 6 levels. Was it? It was kind of crazy. Of course, if you were level 1, it didn't actually. It wasn't worth anything. It was really, really bad, and leveling up was really broken. It was the original role-playing game, really, but yeah. Anyway, last episode we hired Tibir over there, and we decided to, well, save that guy over there because, excuse me, he's innocent. Tibir is not, but he is. So I'm not really sure what's gonna happen, and he's he's spilling his guts quite literally. That was a pun that the game used, and I'm not really sure how poetic this punishment is trying to be in terms of that particular saying right there. So we have, this excited man was really angry at him, and we have excited him to a point where he really wants to see that end. So let's have a chat here with the unmoved woman. The woman continues to watch both the execution and the crowd. So depressing. So if you find it depressing, why are you watching it? I was just walking by. I don't know why I stopped, really. Something in her manner makes it feel like there's more to it than that, however. You stopped because you're a good person at heart. No, I don't think she is, actually. Is she? No, yes, she is. She was saying something about why wouldn't anybody stop this before. Yeah, you stopped because you want to do something. You want to be the one to make the difference. She stands up straighter but says, me? What can I do? I'm a nobody. All I can do is watch. He's right, she thinks. But what? Do I just tell them to stop? Let's see. Yeah, I've seen you watching the crowd. You outnumber the levies 4 to 1. They just need a leader. She cringes, shivering. A leader? I've never... No. You're right. That's why I'm here. And somebody has to do something. Why shouldn't that somebody be me? Why shouldn't I be the hero for once? And she steps forward. I'm ready. Could I? She thinks. Something about this man makes me feel like I could. Hell yeah. Let's end this, she says. But we still need to rabble the rest of the people. Let's go. Let's start with, so these are all spectators. Let's start with these, let's continue with this horrified man over here. The man continues to stare at the execution. Oh, this practice is an abomination. It should be forbidden. Well, the horror of it will deter others from, no, wait a minute. That's the only... Yeah, let's go with that one. The horror of it will deter others from crime. And my indigo tide raised a little bit. Utter nonsense! Punishment for bad behavior won't change a man. Reward for good behavior is far more effective, if that's what really mattered to the authorities. This is nothing more than spectacle, an amusement for the masses. He sighs. If I had any courage... I wish people weren't so complacent. Then I wouldn't be That it wouldn't be just me, he thinks. Let's see. I might want to go with that, but let's see. What if I joined you? Yeah, let's see. Let's go with this one. What if I joined you? Together we could give the city authorities what they deserve. He looks at you frightened. Punish the punishers? Are you saying we should interrupt the execution? Well, you said the punishment should not be allowed. Did you mean it? Can a just man stand by when injustice is the law? And we're gonna need to persuade this guy. Who's good at that? Oh, he's good. He is good at this. Fantastic. I really need this, though, so let's go with that. 100% success, not a critical, though. The man seems to shrink in his skin. My friend, I am a coward, he says. I always have been, but you're right. If a man does not stand by his beliefs, what is he? He swallows, then nods. I will do it. Hell yeah, we're a great inspirational man. It's just, well... He is the other guy that I forget the name of, the third party member. The intrigued woman continues to listen to the ravings of the condemned men. I must remember every word so that I can find the insight in them later. So what if I told you he was innocent? I say. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? She says. But his words seem so wise. Well, let's see. Let's go with this one. Even if that were true, it is wisdom. It is wisdom gained through another man's pain. Can that even be called wisdom? She frowns, thinking, well, I suppose you're right, but I still want to hear his words. Oh, I'm gonna need to persuade her as well. She spreads her hands. Does it matter? He's going to die no matter what I do. And what he says could be important. Well, as important as an innocent man's life. Help me save him. Wisdom can be gained without harming another. Okay. So let's see, what is his name? I need to know his name. So 60, I can bring it up to 100 right there. That's an 80, that's a good roll right there. Not a critical, but that's fine. We're gonna need to sleep pretty soon. The woman hangs her head. Well, you're right. I have put my curiosity above a man's life. I will do this. The 4 people you talked into helping Riz start chanting, "Free the prisoner! Free the prisoner! Let him go! Let him go!" Spurred on by their passion, or just maybe bored, the rest of the crowd begins to pick up the chant, "Let him go! Let him go!" They advance menacingly to the levies and the overseer. The levies edge back, their normally pleasant expressions turning into an uncertain frown. The overseer points directly at you. "I saw what you did, you rabble-rouser. This is your doing. Well, I'm not risking my life to intervene in the fate of a worthless piece of belly trash. If you want him, take him." The overseer signals the levies. "Unmake the prisoner's death and retreat. He isn't worth our blood." At his order, one of the levies takes out a device like a circular mirror and squeezes its frame. The mirror spins, flashing shards of light across the death. That's that thing over there. And the umbilical viscera is wrapping around Riz, and all of it disintegrates. Soon, Riz stands alone on the platform as reddish dust swirls away from him.
I'm ready to learn something new.
Awesome. I should have zoomed in. Wasn't I zoomed in, or is this just the normal zoom level? But there we go, we saved the guy. The guy's still over there waiting for his meal, I guess, because he's gonna eat him. "There!" cries the overseer to the crowd. "Satisfied?" With that, he and the levies turn and march away as the crowd surrounds the platform and cheers. Well, if they were here to entertain the crowd, I think they did a good job. They ended with a cheer, so that's good. As the levies march off and the crowd disperses, Rizstad is himself not quite recovered from his ordeal. Finally, he raises his head and focuses on you. "Well, if you're the one who got me out of that nightmare, thank you. But where's that..." His eyes settle on Tibur. "There you are, you slippery bastard! Now where's the money? If I went through that hell for nothing, The bastard left me out to dry, I know it," he thinks. He chokes with emotion. "A whole day, Tibur. I spilled my guts up there a whole day." He steps back, spreading his hands. Yeah, about the money. You see, Riz, I was hoping to get a reward for turning in the fellow who sold us that brandy without telling us about its secrets, but, Riz snarls. There's always a but when it comes to money, isn't there? I should have known. You only said you'd pay me so I wouldn't squeal on you, and you only saved my skin to save your own. He smacks his fists together. Now, am I going to have to fight through your friend to get to you, or are you going to step out from behind him and take it like a man? Well, calm down, both of you. Riz, tell it from the beginning. Riz spits, then wipes his lips. There isn't much to tell, he says. Captain Silvertongue here talked me into a dirty job, then disappeared like an abacus, and left me holding the bag when it all went sour. Did I raise Yeah, I'm raising the tides. Okay. Oh, Riz, says Tibir, can you blame me for running when I had a chance? You would have done the same. And besides, if I hadn't, we would have both been sentenced to die, with no one to free either of us. Yeah, lucky that, he thinks. If my tattooed friend hadn't come along, we'd both be executed in any case. He stabs a finger in Tibir's face. You only wanted to free me because you knew you'd be next on the block once the Devourer ate me. I know how the Devourer would have known, but what was the job? Tibir said we were transporting black market booze to Miraz Jolios, but he didn't tell me that he'd hidden state secrets in one of the bottles using some liquid Numenera trick, which turned a slap on the wrist crime into a damn death sentence. Death sentence, Tibir says with an uneasy grin. You're alive, aren't you? I'd have told him eventually, he thinks. Ignorance was supposed to keep him safe. He glares at Tibir from under lowered brows. That's a maybe, but you certainly seem to know what the levies were going to come, when the levies were going to come calling. He looks at you. The council somehow got wind of the deal and came after us. Funny how I was the only one home when they knocked on the door. Yeah, the Devourer would have found you guilty, Tibir. Is this true? As far as it goes, says Tibir, he would have learned about me if he had eaten Riss, and I did manage to escape the levies when they showed up looking for us. But I didn't abandon you, lad! He puts his hand on his heart. Oh, really? Oh, that's touching. Okay, so he's really trying to go for the persuasion trick right there. Persuasion 101. Very... Ooh, there's another dragon flying overhead. Riss, he says, I escaped the levies and saved you from the Devourer of Wrongs because I love you and did not want to see you die. You have to believe me. Escaping the levies was just good luck. That much is true. So, yeah, well... Do I? Riz says, cracking his knuckles. Well... I'm with Riz. I'm with Riz on this, Tibir. You should make amends to him. He's the one who has suffered here. That's right, Riz snarls. And you can start by giving me my share of the spoils. Riz, you don't know what you're talking about. I never got paid, I promise you. This isn't over, you self-serving bastard. Riz jabs a finger in Tibir's face. Hide behind your friend if you like, but he won't keep you safe forever. Well, I was hoping actually you could come with me instead of him. You're dead, Tibir. You hear me? You're dead, he says as he runs away. And we have Sagas townsperson. Oh, Sagas is displayed. Sagas Rifts, that's right. So only Otero has a name. Can I do over there? So I can do stuff with that. And El Ginto. Who was talking to me? Was it El Ginto? I think it was El Ginto. Okay, so let's have a chat with this guy and see what that was all about. I can talk to him. But we did level up, which is fantastic. Let's see. Spend your experience points by clicking on the plus button next to your experience meter on the left side of the screen. You can choose 4 advancements. 4? Really? When you gain all 4 steps, you will increase your tier, unlocking a new selection of abilities and other bonuses. Well, thank you very much. So I can click there. Am I the only one? I think I am. Okay. So I can click there. Okay. Okay, select one of the following options to spend your experience points. You can select each option once per tier. Okay, so I can increase my stat pool, which I really don't think I need for right now, although having extra speed or intellect might have been good, but we'll see. Increase edge, which edge provides a bonus to all tasks and challenges that use a particular stat. For each point of edge in that stat, you can use 1 level of effort at no stat pool cost. Oh, really? Edge also reduces the activation cost of abilities, eventually making some free to activate. Oh, cause yeah, it makes sense, cause, extra effort. Increasing your max effort level will allow you to spend more effort when performing tasks. So, max effort level is 2, so I need 3 for that. That'll be interesting, actually. Ability or skill. You can choose between either improving or picking a new skill, or improving one of your abilities. You can only do this once per tier. So... my ability is Onslaught right now. Choose a damage type and deal damage. Not really something I need, but skill would be nice because I need Persuasion. But let me look at your skills over here. He's pretty awesome at Persuasion, so he's high... yeah, I'm gonna keep him around. So he's good at Deception and Persuasion. Initiative, what is that for? Allows the character to act earlier in the turn during crises. Inability causes the character to act later than normal. Yeah, quick fingers over there. So this guy's just an actual rogue. I am not. What is he? A Jack? Tibir, KG Jack, who knows how to take care of himself. And also this guy, Hardened Nano, who fights with his demons. Okay, so he's good He's got, yeah, I think we're gonna complement ourselves pretty good. So I'm just gonna focus on lore. Actually, this would be good, because this thing seems to work like, it seems to work like Persuasion, except it's a little bit different. I think, and besides, I think we can do Persuasion with Deception. And, oh, he has Persuasion, yeah. Okay, so this is good. I'm gonna go with the Anamnesis. So, skill, Anamnesis, and, yeah, accessing memories and stuff like that.
I understand now.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. So that's just a single level up. Maybe there's a lot of levels. Steps towards next tier, 1 out of 4. Oh, each tier, oh, that's right. Each tier you get like a, oh, it's like in Fallout then. The original ones, where you get like a perk every once in a while. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Let's have a chat here with El Ginto and see what he has to say. In front of you is a weary traveler whose grim visage is mostly obscured by a pointy hat. Upon closer inspection, the lines on his face indicate that he has seen much and has many tales to tell. Hello there, friend, he says. Here to see the Nycthemeron, my friend in the cage over there, or are you just looking to spend a word or two? Spend a word or two, that's an interesting way of putting it. I think I've heard it before, but yeah. I have some questions about this Nycthemeron. He is far from mine, friend. I said your? Yeah, I did. El Ginto says with a raspy chuckle, as you'll likely see if I get too close to his cage. He tips his hat at you. Go on, ask your questions. So what is a Nycthemeron anyway? A biological union of stubborn curiosity and frothing malice, he says. Who made them, no one can say, but they cannot be trusted or befriended. Cross their paths or thwart their incomprehensible whims, and they'll kill you if they can. Wait, you call the creature a he? Is it male? Could be. Could be female, or genderless, or many-gendered. Who can say? I have our friend imprisoned, and I feel better about that fact if I don't call him it. So how did you capture the creature? I suppose you could blame luck, he says. Little early to call it good or bad, though. His eyes seek the sky as he begins his story. I was working on, well, call it a trap, in a valley through some nameless ruin. Kanadu was off hunting for dinner, and I work in a daze. Always do when I'm concentrating. A smile flits across his face. Near sunset, the trap was still in pieces, and I heard Kanadu roaring my name. I turned just in time to see our guests bearing down on me. The creature's volley of molten energy cracked off the personal barrier I had left active while building the trap, but I knew it couldn't hold. Then Kanadu leapt off the valley edge onto the Nycthemeron's back, bashing it with his hammer. It shrieked, and then night fell, and the creature went still. El Ginto shrugs. I worked, a touch frantically, I admit, to finish the trap. It hadn't been designed for our guest, but as you can see, he gestures at the creature, it worked. Lucky it did, he thinks. Give me a lot of confidence for our trip back to Laurik. Oh, Laurik. Okay, I'm gonna want to write that down as well, so I remember these things later. Don't just have a notepad in front of me to just some names, like Sally Mary, for example. The only one in my list. I'm gonna kill him, because he's going to try to kill me. Unless he wants me to just, I don't know, if he wants to give me money or stuff, just like, you know, if he's friendly, I'm not gonna kill him. So how did you get the creature into the city? A fair question, he says, casting a lazy glance back at the cage. But a longer answer, and not as interesting as I'd like. So let's just say that the trap is more, collapsible than it appears. Okay, so what do you plan on doing with the Nycthemeron when you're done showing it off? We're likely to release it and run as if every kind of demon in the world is after us. We're not trappers, see, we're explorers, and we're only in this to save up some coin for a journey across a long patch of ground. He rubs the back of his neck. Not that our motives make much difference to our guest. He'll want to boil our skins once we let him go, and I can't say I blame him. So he's probably smart. Huh. He does remind me of a few aliens from a few movies. Are those eyes up there? I need to look into that. We should do it at night, he thinks. But even then, I expect he'll try to kill us. Wait a minute, but if he stops at night, how will he do that? I want to ask you about something else then. I want to see the creature up close. Oh no, let's go with this one. I'm looking for someone who can repair a complicated device. Oh, it must be in desperate shape if you're patrolling the circus talking to strangers, he says. Do you have a piece of the device? Might be that I can offer my opinion. A new device? Perhaps I could use it to improve the trap. I have a shard of crystal, yeah, but that's... Can I give it to him? I really don't want to send him there. I probably shouldn't trust this guy. Yeah, I have this shard of crystal. Let's go with that. Do I lose it? He accepts the crystal shard with great care, turning it over and over in his cracked hands. In the silence, you catch a hint of wood smoke, and notice that his eyes have turned slate gray. Living crystals, he mutters at last. Seeking a greater wool, still warm, excuse me, maybe alive, maybe thinking. He hands the shard back to you with a touch of regret. Interesting piece of tech, but not one I know much about. Sorry, friend. Try asking around some more. Not a piece of tech I can use either. Ah, well, he thinks. Well, that's always good, I suppose. I want to see the creature up close. Your curiosity does you credit, friend. Oh boy. It will only cost you 25 shins. Oh, that's too much. I'm the only one in line. How about 10? Okay, let's try and go for a little bit over here. I can spend that. Let's go with 80%. I did it. I think I did. Yeah, there we go. El Ginto surveys you with an unreadable gambler's stare, stroking his chin with a cracked thumb. Finally, he smiles. Always nice to meet a fellow barterer, he says, and takes your money. Visit our guest whenever you're ready. Worth every shin, I promise you, he says, pocketing your admission fee. Visit our guest whenever you're ready. Well, thank you. Very well. Take care, friend. Hey, Canadu, I can now go over there. Man, the hiccups today. I apologize. Another dragon flies over. Let's go in here and have a chat with this guy. He doesn't like me at all. The cage in which the creature floats is a simple frame that contains a shimmering, nearly transparent cylinder of energy. It emits a low hum, barely audible, that sets your teeth on edge. The container is a delicate filigree of ornate materials with no apparent controls, but they surely must be hidden somewhere in the traceries and protrusions of the wirework. You approach the cage cautiously. The monster within looks like a fungal blob mated with a muscular ichthyoid. Its multiple tentacles terminate in syringes, needles, and injectors. Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed the syringes, but there's a little thing, looks like a trident over there. Let's see, where was I? Oh, there it is. This mass sits atop and is integrated with a floating orb of some type. It seems to be both mechanical and biological, with one system flowing smoothly into the next, a creation from some mad nightmare. The energy field darkens protectively and automatically as the creature throws itself at its walls, thrashing and striking mindlessly with its needle-tipped tentacles. The darkening is almost a strobe-like effect. Even as you watch, one of its tentacles coils back and blasts furious plasma at the walls of its cage. The cage holds, but the shields dim to prevent any radiation from the blast from escaping. Oh, that's a cool explanation of how that works. That is pretty awesome. I like that. Let's examine the cage. The cage appears to be made of a mixture of synth, which is the crystal we have, I suppose, spun strong glass, and a lightweight metal, intricately embroidered to create mind-warping patterns, evocative and strange. Energy shifts and flickers among the crevices, somehow being shaped by the form of the materials. Your closer examination reveals a small panel worked cunningly into the frame of the cage. Some of the filigrees here are worn and smooth, as if slowly eroded by friction. Perhaps these are the controls. Touch the smooth spots on the panel. Touch the cage. So slower. Some of the filigrees are worn. I suppose it would be. But should I release this guy? I'm gonna get killed. This is a bad idea. I really shouldn't do what I'm about to do. Let's step back from the cage. What are you? If anything, the creature redoubles its efforts to strike at you, its limbs a flurry of rage. How'd you come to be here? It draws away from the edge of the energy field for a moment, as if gathering its thoughts, and then it launches itself at you, rebounding off the deceptive solidity of the cage. Its tentacles flail wildly, the needles at their tips glinting and oozing. What can you tell me of this place? A dim light builds underneath the Numenera, the orb at its base glowing brighter and brighter. Two tentacles stroke it, and they pull out a streamer of bright lightning. They stretch it between themselves, building in intensity, and then they hurl it at you. The walls of the cage darken instantly, and when they lighten again, you see the monster within flailing and crashing fruitlessly against its invisible walls. Can you understand me at all? The creature redoubles its efforts to strike at you. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, I'm not gonna touch that. But I'm sure I could. But I don't wanna... I don't wanna save scum, basically. And besides, you should be playing this game. You really should. And if you are ahead of me, well, you're just seeing a different perspective. I am also watching a Let's Play of this game. I'm watching Bumpy McSqueagum's Let's Play of it. And he's doing... He has a different character. He has more of a brutish kind of character. And I'm sure he's going to have a lot of trouble. Oh, look at this place. It's pretty cool. Because this is the sort of game where you talk. You don't fight too much. So down here, we have people selling... Look at this rock I found, says Jerem. Headaches, migraines, all sizes and severities, I should say. Okay, so this is... Oh, Prada. Yeah, we should really need to talk to Prada over here. Let's talk to this guy first. The child skids to a halt and rubs his forehead with a grimy forearm, leaving arrow tracks of dirt across his ruddy skin. Hey, Shuva! He pants, shading his eyes from the sun and grinning at you. Never seen you before! You called me Shuva? What does that mean? Jerem says, a cautious light enters his eyes. Really? You never heard it? Has that changed too? He thinks. Well, I have, says Aligern, but not since I was young, Aligern says, smiling at the boy. Kids are saying that again? When Jerem nods quickly, Aligern glances at you, his smile fading into his customary scowl. It's slang from an older dialect, kid. My grandfather used it when he was young. They'd get outsiders coming through the village, dealing tough with the merchants and shoving kids aside as they went about their damned important business. Shuva, get it? Oh, I see. Oh yeah, that's it all right. A nervous blush colors his cheeks. It doesn't seem like he's afraid of Aligern, though. I don't understand, he thinks. How can a place be so the same, but so not? So, do you like playing in the market? Again, these guys are not kids. He must be old. What exactly is going on? Do you like playing in the market? Well, not always, but it's better than school, eh? And I like watching Zaofi make sculptures. The ones that go sharp and curly. Reminds me of the monster on the side of Skarohal. Skarohal? What is that, a building? Yeah, Shuva, Jerem says, chuckingly. It's just a building at the center of town, 1,000 hands tall, with a mural on the side like Zaofi's sculpture, but flat and in purple rock. Don't think you're going to miss it if you're looking for it, eh? Oh, my anamnesis is now getting the better of this guy. A wave of dizziness clutches at you, and you close your eyes to steady yourself. You kneel in a basement, amid rotting rolls of carpet and broken furniture. A stack of paintings draped in dust and mold lean against the sweating wall. The painting in front displays the building Jerem is speaking of, but through this body, this mind, you remember that it was torn down centuries ago to build a forgotten ruler's palace. The stink of the basement flees your nostrils as you open your eyes. Jerem, fidgeting, has looked away from you to examine an interesting stall nearby. So, tell me about Skylar Hall again. No, not again. It's all fine. So, why are you so dirty? I don't know. Padja and Kellenor make me wash twice a day. Guess the dirt likes me, hey? Yeah. So don't your parents worry about you running around here alone? My parents? Jerem says, eyebrows crinkling. You mean Padja and Kellenor? They're watching me until my Mard and Zero come back for me. Oh, what do Mard and Zero mean? Huh? Jerem says, looking just as puzzled as if you'd ask him what hands are for. Mard? Zero? My parents? You asked me about them. Padja and Kellenor are taking care of me until they come back. That's another one, isn't it? No wonder Padja doesn't like me talking to people. Says he thinks. So Padja and Kellenor are taking... So Martin Zero. So that's mom and dad, I suppose, or something like that. But it's old words. Padja and Kellenor are his foster parents, but maybe not foster parents. Maybe he's accomplices in something. The words tickle your memory. Your eyelids flutter and you see hands, not yours, carefully turning the crackling pages of an ancient book. The roving eye catches the word Mard and Zero, old words for mother and father. Blinking hard, you focus on Jerem once more. He does not appear to have noticed your sudden figure, but he is not looking at you either. Huh, okay. So, farewell. Cheers, Juva! Yeah, I'll see you later. Let's have a chat here with Prada because... Oh, we're out of time. Man, time flies. Oh boy, I just looked. Yep, we're out of time. We're gonna need to talk to Prada later on. But in this episode, I think we accomplished many great things. Or, well, a great thing, and then I don't know what that is. Yeah, for right now, I'm Colonel RPG. And what is that bug over there? You notice that? It's like a little bit of a thing over here. Oh, do you see that? Did you see that? Look at that. Yeah, it's like a bug. It's just probably a graphical glitch, I assume. Anyway, for now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Torment Tides of Numenera. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.